Welcome to the Power Pod. Today we're sponsored by Go Fuel. Either if you're an athlete, podcaster, or just a regular day person, Go Fuel is here to fuel your day. Boom. So here today, I'm with my friend Faviola. This is the GOAT for sure. You know what I mean? Like we met because she actually did my hair. I had like the SMP thing, so I got my hairline back.
How long has it been?
Shit, what it's been like? What 3 years?
In 3 years.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years, still standing strong.
Still hasn't came to get his touch up.
I ain't got my touch up. You right, but she keeps
she
be trying to say, man, I was up in that bitch like squirming the whole time. And
you were.
Yo, that shit was.
It tickled.
It tickled, yo, and it was like going down my leg, so I'm like stretching out, and she was like, yo, this nigga. But yeah, I got it done though.
It still looks good.
It do look good.
It looks like supernatural.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
I see like in your pictures,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like so proud of myself. I'm like,
oh, you did that. You definitely did that. Like,
because I see some crazy stuff.
I bet. I don't think mine was that bad, but
Tell people on ESPN we're not gonna drop names. I'm just like.
But you definitely did that. Drop a name. No, I'm not. You gonna drop a name? All right, bet.
I know the artist. I'm not gonna drop the name.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, let's get into it, man. So like, what's like something this year that you learned to help you help your business grow or help you grow as a person?
Oh man, this year's been rough, but we met 3 years ago. That was one of my businesses.
Mm-hmm.
S&P was how we met,
For
and
sure.
That was one of my businesses. I scaled that business to 6 figures the first year. And I started it right out when COVID hit and we were on lockdown.
Yeah.
That's when I started it. So I felt like, okay, we can't go outside. We can't do anything for a year. I was just working on it. I just found a need in the market. I don't know how I stumbled upon it because my ex-husband had hair loss and he had to shave his head.
Right.
And he, funny story, so he was wearing a hairpiece for a couple of years in our relationship, and I didn't know.
That's crazy. How the hell you didn't know though?
I just didn't know. Like, I'm not the type to like feel on your head, and he had hair.
So you don't just like rub your man's head when like you be laying down there?
Usually I'm getting my head rubbed.
I feel that too.
But no, I didn't.
Okay.
It wasn't until we actually moved in that I started noticing that when he would go to the barbershop, because he would say, I'm going to go to the barbershop, I'll be back. He'll come back with longer hair. And I'm like...
You go to the barbershop and get your hair cut and then your hair growing.
You coming back with a man bun. What? What? You had a taper, now you got a man bun. What's going on? No, but seriously, I started to kind of like pay attention to that, and I was just like, okay, I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. But then we were on vacation. We went to Hawaii, and we went on a hike. Mm-hmm. And during that hike, you sweat. Hawaii is hot. Yeah. And he didn't want to go to dinner after the hike. We're back in the room getting ready. He's like, I don't want to go to dinner. I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're on vacation. Like, you got to come to dinner.
Type shit.
And he just dropped it on me. He's like, I just got to tell you something. I don't know how to tell you. And, as a woman, you're already thinking, like who do you have pregnant?
Cheating on me? What's
the
wild
the worst of the
worst.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? Like, what do you have to tell me? And he was just like, I'm wearing a hairpiece. Yeah, that was the last thing I would have expected. Sure. Like, what? You're wearing a hairpiece? Like, what does that have to do with us going to dinner? And he was like, well, it's kind of lifting because of the sweat. Mm-hmm. And he's probably going to hate me that I always tell this story.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I always tell this story.
Okay.
Like, when I'm speaking, I always start with this because that's where it all started.
It all started, yeah. So
right? I was trying to help him because I felt, it did affect our relationship. Mm-hmm. Him battling with hair loss affected his self-esteem, the way he, felt about himself. And I was trying to help him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was trying to find a solution for him, and I fell into a rabbit hole trying to find solutions because I'm a problem solver. Yeah. So I stumbled upon S&P, and this is before it had even hit the U.S. market. Mm. It was mainly popular.
So how long ago was this?
It was this 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. So I stumbled upon S&P, and I was so intrigued by it. I was like, what is this? Like, this dude just went from having no hair to doubled. Like, is this hair? Is it a transplant? So fast forward, I wanted to learn it. I took a class, reached out, and then COVID hit right after I took that class. So then we went into lockdown. I have all this information. I'm ready to start my business. Mm-hmm. But it allowed me to actually put a plan together on how to execute when we were allowed to come back out.
Right.
So, the restrictions were lifted. I opened my business. I had a marketing plan already ready and together. And first year, hit 6 figures. And I think that just kind of, the way that I went about things, like marketing is everything. Your brand identity is everything. You are the brand.
You are the brand.
If you got to sell yourself, people are not they're going to buy anything if you're selling, like, if you could sell yourself, people are going to buy it.
1,000%.
So it took off. And I did that for 4 years. It opened doors. I was able to speak, internationally, teach students. And I scaled my business to a point where I was really happy with it, that I was like, I got to do more. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, my son's health started to decline this last year. So I took a break from my business, and I'm in the finance industry full time. So, one thing leads to another. I feel like everything is seasonal. I still haven't let go of my business because I feel like I've, become a pioneer in that industry.
Yeah, for sure.
That I'm working on something.
Yeah. I'm super glad that you went straight into the marketing aspect, because that was going to be my next question, is about how important marketing is. And
most important thing.
It is, isn't it? Like, just getting yourself together and like putting it out there like that. Like, I feel like marketing is like, for me, marketing is super hard, but I don't know. It's just hard for me because, like, I ain't never thought I was going to be doing something like this, but now that I'm doing it, it's like, I don't know, I guess I don't be as confident with it type shit, but,
it's all a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
People buy into the lifestyle. Yeah. That's what it is. And we live in a digital era where, a lot of people, they can say they're doing something and they're not really doing it. Yeah. So I think that as long
as they can make it look like it, though.
Right. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it
type
till you
stuff.
Make it, yeah.
No, with marketing, it's tricky. What you have to find the consumer that you're selling to first, right? But if you, like I said, you are the brand, so if people will buy anything that you're selling as long as you're put together.
You're put together, yep.
Right.
Yeah, so as far as like the finance thing that you're doing now, like I really be looking up to you with that. Like you be waking up super early in the morning. Mm-hmm. You make your bread like before like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you be like, yo, shit, look, I done did this. I'm about to go by my day, and I really fuck with that. So like, let's talk about it.
So when I started making so much money in my business, I started thinking bigger. I started thinking about investing. I never had that much money in my bank account before.
Yeah.
Right? I would always pull up my bank account every morning, like, is it still there? Like, I'm thinking somebody's gonna rob me.
Yeah.
But that's just, I didn't grow up with money. I was raised, by a single mom, immigrant mom, Mexican, in Long Beach, California. So I didn't have much growing up. So to me, like, actually building something to this scale, I just didn't feel like it was real. So when I started making that much money, I started thinking about investments, and I hired a financial advisor, and it got expensive to advise with these financial advisors, to the point that when I met my financial advisor, I actually was so impressed by her. Mm-hmm. The way she was talking about the markets and a whole bunch of stuff that I had no idea about. I was like, man, I was looking at her like, this makes her look really attractive. Right. Like, she knows her stuff. So I'm the type of person, I want to learn everything.
I want to know everything.
I want to know everything.
Even if I don't do it, I want to know it. I want to know it. Just in case if I want to try it.
So everything she was talking about, I was like, okay, let me look into it. So I got to the point where I was just like, I'm just going to cut her out, because I don't really trust anybody with my money.
Going straight to the plug.
Right. We're just gonna cut the middle person out.
Let me go straight.
We don't need you anymore. Thank you.
Yeah,
you told me everything I needed to know. And then I just started teaching myself that. Now I still had my business, right? This was I started doing that like the second year when I started my business. I started to like really dive into like the financial industry, started to learn about stocks, bonds, ETFs, T-bills, how to manage your portfolio, started reading. Like when I started all of this, like my entrepreneurship, my businesses, I was going through a hard time. I was going through a divorce, COVID, and my son had just got diagnosed with his genetic disorder. So all of this adversity like made me want to self-improve. Like I wanted to fill myself with so much knowledge and figure it out, like come up with a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
Right? Like where does it go from here? Because, his health, it might decline as he's getting older, and we can't be at work 8 hours a day.
Right.
So I started to learn about the financial markets. I started reading books. I just started teaching myself. And that's what people ask me all the time. Now, 5 years in, right? Yeah. I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I was successful all 5 years. Yeah, for sure. The first 2 years, I was gambling with my money. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, I was making money, but I was losing it. Yeah. Right. But I just had to like take a step back and like really like think about it, because I was losing a lot of money. I lost up to $30,000 in 2 years. Yeah. Made it back. Yeah. But I felt now looking back at it, I was just like, okay, that's like paying a tuition. Yeah. When you go to college, you still got to pay a tuition and learn a skill set, right? So I felt like I paid my dues. Yeah. But now it's allowed me I'm financially free. Yeah. I'm in and out of the hospital with my son. I don't have to worry about asking for a day off or asking somebody so I can be there for my child. So to me, it's the key. It's really the key to success. Learning about the economy and how this world works, how money works, how money moves. How can you produce if you don't know how money moves? I'm talking too much.
Okay, the password is Bell Circle BLL, capital B though. Capital what? Capital B, Bell Circle CIRCLE, 2004. That's what I grew up at.
What is it called?
Bell Circle, that's my street. All right, bet.
Okay.
So,
financial literacy. The one subject they don't teach us in school, right?
They don't teach us this shit at all.
Why?
Because they want to keep us in a bubble.
They want to keep us they need employees. Right?
Yeah, they need employees.
They need people to produce, right? In the economy. We can't all be financially free. Then who's going to be working?
AI. The robots. The robots.
I can't wait to get one in the house. Like, get to wash the dishes, fold the clothes.
Are you ready for it?
You know what?
It's coming for sure.
I feel like when they say that AI is going to take jobs, it's not about robots taking people's jobs. The people utilizing artificial intelligence are going to take your job. Yeah. Because we have AI now. People that are, like in the movie industry, they're using AI to write scripts now.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't need writers anymore. Yeah. They're using AI for everything. But guess who's actually using it? That's the person that's benefiting from it. Even people are writing books with AI.
Yeah, for sure.
So authors, their jobs,
Yo, it's definitely happening. I mean, I've seen it like firsthand, for sure.
The music, I'm telling you, the music goes hard.
Yo, literally, because they know
that Pepe joint that came out, the Drake Pepe song.
Oh shit, Drake is wild.
You didn't hear that one about the meme coin, the Pepe one?
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh,
it's hard.
What?
You gotta play. I play it. You gotta play it for me. I ain't heard it yet. I'm excited about this era. We're going into this digital era, but just because we're always evolving, innovation is something that you should be excited about and not be scared of it. Like what happened when the .com era, when the World Wide Web came out, all of that stuff is innovation. It's just technology advancing. Yeah. But people are just like, oh, AI is scary. Yeah, it's just like the older people, like when stuff started coming out, they was like a little scared of it because they ain't know about it. If you don't know, you probably gonna be a little scared of it. You know what I mean? But you gotta adjust with the times.
You have to learn more. I think that's one thing that we need to do more. We need to put our phones down. We need to turn the TV off. We need to pick up a book. We need to learn a skill set. like this generation has just become so lazy.
Lazy
Like,
as hell.
you know,
For
like
sure.
now they have the VR stuff where it's literally just your phone strapped to your head.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it's crazy. Like I'm a super. You can consider me a conspiracy theorist. I guess I don't know if conspiracy means like the truth, because it seems like everything that's a conspiracy is the truth. But no, I feel like, you know, your cell phone is called a cell phone because it's like a cell. Like you're in a cell. You're in a zone scrolling. You're in a cell.
Yo, I ain't never thinking about it like that.
You're not being
That's a dope ass
productive
analogy.
at all.
Yeah.
You know, time flies.
Yo, that's crazy. For me being in a real cell, like for like 4 years, and you know I was locked up. I told you about that. It's all good, but yeah, for me being locked up and like, you know, like just having to like to let the time fly, and like sometimes I can catch myself scrolling on my phone for like hours, and next thing you know, I'm like, bro, what the hell?
It's 5 o'clock already.
You feel me? That's so wild, yo. That's a dope ass analogy. I ain't never think about it like that. That was a good one. For real. That's really good. And like, you know, you were speaking earlier about like how you just like stayed down in your business till you came up. And like I really feel like a lot of people like they'll like come to a point and they'll take a loss and then they'll quit. And I feel like that's like just the worst thing ever to do. Like I feel like you have to, you know, keep going. Sometimes it's cool to fail, you know what I mean? But you gotta understand, like, shit.
It's not a loss, it's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
It's only a loss if you didn't learn the lesson.
You feel me?
So you keep trying. Like even when
Never fucking loud.
Right? Even like when you're already have reached a lot of success, you're still gonna fail.
You still gonna fail, yeah.
But you're able to build principles on what not to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a mistake. Let me not do that again.
Yeah, you just go back to the drawing board and just maneuver through whatever, you know.
Weave through, figure it out.
Figure it out.
You gotta figure it out. And I feel like that's 90% of people, they, you know, and I learned this by teaching. You know, I learned how people learn. Like everyone's so different on learning, you know, from me being a teacher and instructing. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of people that just make things more complicated than they should be.
Everything's simple.
It's simple.
It's so simple.
You have some people where they have a problem, you give them a solution, and they find another
problem to put on top of it.
Of that solution.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's already in front of you. That's why I be talking about, like, the blueprint is already there, yo. Well, it's right there. Just follow the instructions.
All you need is hunger. You want it?
Yeah, go get it.
Go get it.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, ain't no way around that.
There is no way around it. And I feel like, you know, that's why it's people that are resilient that can thrive during adversity, because it actually fuels their creativity. You know, like when you don't have it, you want it.
You want it, yeah.
You're going to make it happen. You're going to find a way to make it happen. You're not taking no for an answer.
But you're going to get a lot of no's, but just don't take it for, like, you know what I mean?
That's not for you. That wasn't for you.
Exactly.
You know, no doesn't mean like it's permanent.
It doesn't mean it's the end, but like you got to just keep going. You're going to get a yes, and that yes is going to be the one that you need.
Exactly.
For real.
It's all emotional intelligence at the end of the day. Like you can't take that personal. And you really just can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm not good enough. That's why they said no, that just wasn't for you.
Yeah. You know, in business, I think not taking anything personal in business is like a really big key.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Just like you can't take none of this shit personal. It's just business. Exactly. You know what I mean? And so like, whatever happens, just let it happen and just keep going. You know, like, yeah.
I mean, certain things. Like you can't be my accountant and be like stashing money for me, and then like it's okay.
I'm gonna choke the shit out of you.
Going back in that
That's the emotional intelligence shit that you got and I don't.
Oh yeah, listen, that's going out the window.
Yeah, I ain't got that type of emotional intelligence at all. I go straight to fight or flight, goddamn. It's bad.
I'm gonna go big worm on you.
Yo, you feel me?
With my money, it's like
Smokey.
No, but seriously, no, but even like, okay, let's say for example, you're in the fashion industry, you want people to be critics and like give you their honest opinion, because You don't want to be around yes people all the time.
No.
Yes. Oh no, that's great. No, you're doing amazing. No, you want people that actually are looking out for you and they want to see you like elevate. Like, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't go with that color, or switch it up, or give you some good advice. But you can't like have that ego. Like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know?
we was talking last night when we was at the art gallery, and I was telling you about like one of my homies. He was like, when I was showing him like my new stuff that I wanted to drop next year or whatever, he was like, "B, it's hard, but not right now." You know what I mean? He was just like, just push the stuff you got right now, because you're a brand new brand.
And that's love.
And that's love. Like, I feel like me a couple years ago, I would have took that like offensively. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, I guess I have like grown emotionally, like, my emotional intelligence a little bit, because like I would have took that shit bad. But like, I looked at him like, damn, bro, that's right. You feel me? I feel like that's with any business or anything. Like, you gotta find like your niche first. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Push that, and that's when you start like pushing other stuff. But like, you can't just like you'll be putting yourself in a hole by just creating, and like nothing's like pushing the way you wanted to go.
I mean, you're barely scratching the surface.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love watching you I'm watching you evolve, and I love how creative you're getting just with your designs and everything that you showed me. I got an exclusive. You showed me the collection. And I was like,
yeah, I think
it's different.
It's different,
right? So, and that's what it's about. It's being like 10 steps ahead of where fashion is right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like fashion right now is like we're kind of back in the 90s a little bit. The baggy pants. The crop. Like, it's just the skateboard era. Yeah.
And like you was talking about how like innovation and evolving. Like, I have this saying, like, evolution and revolution is the same thing.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because everything evolves and revolves around itself. The world is a sphere. It's a circle. Everything, what goes up must come down. So, like, it's nothing in the world is, like, not going to be done before. So, there's no way you're going to reinvent the wheel, but you can innovate the wheel.
Ooh. You can change the wheel.
You can change the wheel, You can do it in your own way, but there's no way you're going to, make it not. It's always gonna be the same thing type. You know what I mean? You're just gonna do it in your own way, and that's what I feel like creativity is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Taking something that you've seen before, because where do you get that vision from? You've seen it.
You get inspired by somebody.
Exactly. Like with movies and stuff. Like, a lot of the things that you see in movies are real. Right. How they got that because they've seen it. Even like the craziest movie you probably ever seen, like the craziest like scenarios, bro. Like, it's been done.
It's happening.
You feel me? Like even like the AI stuff we were talking about. The movie with Will Smith.
iRobot.
Look where we at. Look where we at.
You got Elon Musk bringing out the robots.
Yo, it's crazy.
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
You know what trips me out though?
What?
On Instagram, these AI models, like the ones that actually like look real, they got like OnlyFans and all that stuff.
They got OnlyFans?
Yes! What?
Bro, I can never...
They make these girls look so like...
So they...
real and just fine.
You subscribe to...
No, I didn't subscribe, but I'm like, damn, I'm trying to create me a little... AI model. That's just the entrepreneur in me, though.
You should do it.
Right. Man, listen. I mean, I wouldn't make it a little curvy. I definitely some big boobs. I think like
it's you put together.
I gotta make an AI version. Sure. Because I'm not. Yeah, I'll be the manager. No, but that trips me out because I'll be on Instagram and I'll I like to look at pretty women. Like sure. All of my friends are beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
Like I love beautiful people. Yeah. It's all about energies to me at the end of the day. But I'll be scrolling and I'll be like, oh damn, she looks cute. So I'll click on the picture and it'll say #AI model. AI model.
I didn't even know that was happening.
I'm like zooming in. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. I don't know if I've seen that.
You probably follow a couple AI models.
That'd be wild.
You're probably talking to a man right now.
Yo, cut this shit.
I remember you were doing the music thing. Yeah. You let me hear some music, and I was super hyped. Like, you need to drop this.
Yeah,
you need to at least send it to me,
so
I can listen to it. You did. You did drop it too on a video.
I teased it a little bit.
A little teaser.
Yeah, but I ain't really dropped it yet.
Which I'm like, you do have a voice for music.
You think so? I don't think that shit.
I don't think a lot of these rappers have a voice for music.
For sure. I feel
you know,
I feel
sometimes I gotta change the song because of what they say. Sometimes I'm ketchup. What?
For sure.
Ketchup.
Mustard.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But what inspired you to get into fashion? Like,
well, actually, this music shit inspired me to get into fashion. You know what I mean? Like, cause I mean, I was always fly, just like me and you was talking about how like you did your thing with the boutique. You like clothes. You always fly already. So like, and then like I was doing the music thing on my homies, and like I just sometimes I felt like they weren't inspired enough to go crazy with it, because I'm thinking like these are the dopest artists I ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. And like I'm just putting a lot of money and time and effort behind them, and like they wasn't like giving what I thought they should give. And then like it'll come to a point to where we get into it, because not like get into it, but like we have disagreements because they feel like I'm just almost pushing them too hard or something like that. It's because I was just so passionate about what you, and I can see the disconnect, and I was just like, you know what, I gotta find something that for me, you know what I mean, that I want to do. So like, and my slogan is, you only go as far as you push yourself. So I just wanted to inspire them by like just making clothes or whatever. Then next thing you know, it just turned into this now, and it's
turned into powerful.
Yeah, that's man. Yeah. So like like, and I'm just so locked into it to when I can't quit. Like. That's what my biggest thing is, like, yo, I'm so far deep into this now. It's like, it ain't no turning back.
Well, because it feeds your creative nature.
Yeah, it does.
Like, you're naturally a creator, an innovator.
Yeah.
So you need this. Like, it's like your escape. It feeds you.
Yo, it's definitely escape. It's literally therapy.
It is
for me.
Therapy.
You know what I mean?
You're running on passion.
All on passion. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? You just said something about, like, you believed in them more than they believed in themselves.
Yeah.
And that's tough. Like, when you have so much talent going to waste, and like people don't see like their fullest potential.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy, because I'm that type of person. Like, when I'm around certain people or friends of mine, you can ask any of my friends. Like, I'm always like, yo, you should do this. You should do this. You should do this.
Because you can see it, man. Especially being
right.
from somebody look from the outside in. You like, what, dog?
And then they don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't complain about
it.
And that's my thing. Like, I have a hard time feeling bad for anybody. The only people I feel bad for are the ones that are like incapable, that have like, medical conditions, or disabled, like the people that are really incapable of reaching those goals.
Yeah.
But if you're fully capable, healthy, and you're still not getting to it, I don't feel bad for you.
At least trying.
At least
try. Just put your foot out there.
You can't say it didn't work if you didn't try.
You ain't try, You ain't know you can walk unless you try to.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, so like I feel like for everybody, they need to like just really, if you feel anything, just go. That's how I just do it. I just go straight off passion and love for what I do.
Yeah, you're being led. You're allowing yourself to be led.
Yeah.
The clothing industry, the fashion industry it's a tough market. My first attempt at entrepreneurship was I opened up an online boutique, and I want to say like online boutique because I thought that it was everybody's doing it. There wasn't a need for it, for me. I wasn't making my own designs because that costs a lot of money, a lot of work, a lot of creativity. You're pretty much building from scratch. So I was all around here in the fashion district. I got my resale license. I started just going crazy buying everything.
For sure.
Everything. Then when I had it all in my studio, I was just like, okay, now we have to tag everything. We have to put it on the site. You have to do all of that. And I pretty much have half of this merchandise still in storage. It was just, when you're not thinking about the consumer. You like it, but you don't know if the consumer is going to like it. And that's why basics are selling like crazy right now. The basic The simple, basic, neutral, everyday, workout, whatever, all of the basic stuff sells because it's more universal.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody can wear, everybody can. So it's a tough market. You're doing it. You really are.
Yeah, we gotta kick this shit in the ass and keep going for real.
Keep going, don't stop.
Yeah, we ain't stopping. Also, so you comfortable with talking about Sebastian?
Of course. Yeah. That's the heart of everything that's fueling everything I'm working on. Yeah.
Yo, so like me, like I always tell you, I'll be like a fly on the wall watching you. You know what I mean? I just feel like you like a superwoman, like literally, and like the way you like put so much into your son and like what you're doing right now. I really think it's like really dope. You know what I mean? And he like a really cool kid to be around. See him playing the piano,
Yeah, I love
things
him.
like that, yo. And I was just like, you know, and I want you to like talk about it. It's super dope.
Yeah, no, so Sebastian has been life changing, and everybody in my family and friends, that's the first thing they tell people that don't know me and that haven't known me for a long time. Like, man, her son changed her. Like, she is not the same person, because he really did. I feel like if my son wasn't born with the things that he was born with his genetic disorder, with the autism, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Compassionate and just patient, and just like he opened my like heart completely. And he's just such a pure kid. And the autism to me is just like a blessing, honestly. Like, I wouldn't change anything about him. It's just, I feel like we're messed up. You know, I feel like autistic kids are so beautiful. They're just so smart. They're so special. And the fact that they don't pick up on emotions, they're just like in their own world happy. Did you know that SpongeBob was autistic on the show? Yeah. The producer talked about it, because they asked him in an interview. They were like, the voice of SpongeBob, they asked him, they were like, okay, is SpongeBob autistic? He said, yes. How do people not know that?
No, never knew that. I don't think anybody knew that.
I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I
crazy.
didn't know that till recently.
Bro, I watched so much SpongeBob.
He's autistic. That's why he can't drive. He's always happy. He doesn't listen. He doesn't pay attention to the neighbor. Being grumpy. He doesn't like him, but he's always there.
Squidward.
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's why Squidward didn't like him. That's why Squidward used to.
But he doesn't pick up on that. Autistic kids don't pick up on emotion. Of course, like if you're angry, they pick up on anger because you scream or you yell. But yeah, SpongeBob is autistic.
So Patrick was definitely autistic.
Yo, I don't know, he had ADHD or something.
So Patrick crazy. I got a couple homies.
But that was his only friend. And it's so hard for kids on the spectrum to like, find friends. But no, we're in a tough place right now where I knew we were coming to this point when my son was diagnosed at 1 year old with Wiskott Aldrich Syndrome, which is a genetic disorder in his DNA, and it affects his immune system, which is something like I know so much about the medical industry as well. As I just been fueling myself with just so much knowledge, because I need peace, and that's the only way I can find peace. But we're about to give him a bone marrow transplant because he needs it. Now, like, his body is starting to attack his organs, like his kidneys. His kidneys are starting to fail. So we have to give him a bone marrow transplant to pretty much give him a brand new immune system, so everything can kind of resolve itself and we can save his kidneys. So he's 5 years old right now, and that is our next, I like to call it's our journey to Goliath. We're David. Yeah. And I know that day is coming. I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be the most difficult thing that I'm ever going to do. And I can say that, even though I don't know what the future holds. I can just honestly tell you, as a parent, no parent wants to see their kid go through chemotherapy. No parent wants to see their kid that sick. But I feel like I've been placed in this situation to be a voice for him, be a voice for other people, just continue to educate myself and advocate for not just my son, but just for people to really just wake up. Like, pay attention to these things. Like, people don't even know about the being on the marrow system. For people of color, say, for example, God forbid anybody in anybody's family is sick that's African American, because the chances of you finding a donor is 20%. For Hispanic, it's about 40%, and Caucasian, 80%. The only reason is because most of the people on the marrow registry are Caucasian. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't find matches. It's just that our community isn't aware of that, right? Like, they don't think about, like, let me just see if I can ever be chosen to save somebody's life. Like, if I ever get a call, like, hey, you've been matched, to save somebody's life, in a heartbeat. It's just some blood I got to donate in a heartbeat.
So, So say like if I needed one, you could do it for me.
So,
or you have to be like Hispanic as well.
You have to. It has to be like based on your heritage.
Okay,
right?
Cool, yeah.
So like if you're mixed, you have a lesser chance of finding a match. Okay. But say for example, I was a match for you. The donation process is super easy. The donor process is super easy. Medicine has evolved like so much. Now you can actually do half match donors. So I'm 50% of a match. His dad is 50% of a match. We don't have 100% match for him. It becomes more complicated. It is a little bit more high risk.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing the campaign to, just try to find him a better match and a better donor. But the donor process is super simple. The day before, you get 4 injections that help your bone marrow produce these cells that they need. And then the next following morning, they hook you up to an IV and they just draw blood.
Yep. So how can people like get to the process of like doing?
So I'm working with the National Marrow Donor Program, NMPD. They used to be known as Be the Match. And you pretty much just go to their website. You fill out a questionnaire. You have to be between the ages of 18 and 40. And then if you qualify by that age range, you get a free swab kit sent to your house. You just swab your cheek, you mail it back, you wait 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then you're going to be added to the National Marrow Registry.
Okay.
So that it just puts you, if you're ever a match, they'll call you and let you know. But the donor process is super simple. The recipient's process is the difficult part.
Yeah.
It's, the 1 week of chemo to get them to ground zero, and then getting the donor cells.
What do you mean by ground zero?
So they have to kill, how we have white blood cells.
Red blood cells.
Yeah, we have all these cells. They have to kill all his cells to zero. So he's not going to have red blood cells. He's not going to have like platelets. He's not going to have white blood cells. So we're going to have to give him like immune suppressants and all these medications. It's honestly, I don't even know how I can talk about this and not get emotional, because I have my days where I just break down. I think I just have peace into like knowing that this is what we have to do. I don't want to do it, but I know that God is with us. I'm super, I'm strong in my faith, and I feel like there's a purpose behind pain. There's purpose. And more than ever, I've been so creative right now. It's like it fuels me.
That's why I keep saying like, I feel like you're like Superwoman, like, cause I just the way you hold this together, like, I'm pretty sure like behind closed doors you have your moments or whatever, but the way you hold it together is like, I feel like it's very inspirational because it's somebody out there going through something like this, and it's it's always good to like speak on it for them, because like they probably need somebody to talk to, or even just to hear it, to let them know it's gonna be okay, and like you can make it through this process.
And even if it's not okay, you got to understand that everything's already written for you, right? So I believe that the end is written first.
Yeah.
The end to everybody's story is written first. That's why when you start walking in alignment in your path, in your purpose, is when things just fall into place.
Yeah.
Right? But once you actually let go of that and like get out of your head and just allow yourself to be led, things just start happening and like doors start opening, but and that's why I think I have so much peace, because I know that I'm super, super heavy in my faith, like I said, and everything that's happened, like all the doors that have been open, all the doctors, all the specialists, like we've been guided to this.
Yeah.
I've known he's been sick for 5 years. I just wanted to give him the opportunity and his body the opportunity to like let us know like what we need to do.
Yeah.
But Sebastian's also on cannabis. He's been on cannabis since he was 1.
See, look, man.
Cannabis oil, and I'm his caregiver.
Yeah.
We have licensing for all of that. But that's another industry that I just really dived into. Medicinally, what cannabis does. How it suppresses cancer. Things that we don't really know about.
Yeah.
You
want to talk about it?
I mean, you want to talk about it? I want to get some of this goat drink. The goat is being a little thirsty.
You heard?
Yeah.
The goat, I'm telling you, I'm over here feeling good.
I mean, I start jumping around like a goat everywhere.
No, that'll be wild. What you think?
Oh man, this is good. This is peach pineapple.
Peach pineapple. I ain't tried that one yet.
Ooh.
That one fire.
No,
I've been going with
so
this tropical berry.
You know, I'm not big on energy drinks, but this is really good.
And it says it's like non-GMO, is vegan.
Oh, the best part, what?
You know what I mean?
0% total fat? Was it no added sugars?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to get a box of this.
Okay. But yeah, yeah, you be in the gym though, so you know, you be fit. Hey, she the one taught me how to jump rope, to be honest. She taught me how to jump rope, yo.
You really wanted to learn. You remember we were talking and you were like, let's work out. And I'm like, all right. And you already had a jump rope.
Yeah, I already had one because I was trying, you know. My little brother, he can jump rope his ass off.
Really?
Yeah, and then next thing you know, I saw you up in there skipping and stuff. I'm like, yo, how is she doing this?
I was on my weight loss journey, like really heavy after like having a baby and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, I don't like cardio. So I started looking into like what is the best cardio that you can do, and it was jump roping. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. The boxers jump rope to make weight, and they like really it works out all of your body, but mainly it's like a core
thing.
Yeah. So that's when I got into it. I was terrible at first, but it's so therapeutic. It's super therapeutic when you're not mentally there. The jump rope, it'll start smacking you, it'll whoop you, you know, and you get frustrated.
Yo, I used to try to jump rope with my slippers on or like bare feet, and like yo, it used to hit my toes. Yo, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna keep hitting my toes like this.
And so you feel like that made you better?
Yeah, it made me better for sure.
It's a discipline.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like your mama whooping you, and like you better not do that again. For real.
Get the extension cord.
Yo, your mom, you got what is this?
She used to whoop me with
whatever she can grab.
Yeah.
Yo, they used to fucking tell me to go grab a switch, and I go grab one. You know what a switch is, right?
So yeah, a switch.
Okay, yeah, you go get a switch, and then go get the switches and braid them up and shit.
They do all of that?
Yeah.
Just to hit you?
Yeah.
You know how much time it takes to just braid it?
Yeah, braid up.
They was probably talking smack while they were braiding.
Yeah,
Stay right there.
But after so long, that shit was not working no more. I remember when trying to give me a whooping. Like I think I was like 16. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
I mean, I've never had to like discipline Sebastian.
Yeah, I was never.
No,
so
I had to be on that look.
Yeah.
And he just, if I say Sebastian, he knows.
What'd you say?
Sebastian. That's his Spanish. That's his name in Spanish.
Okay.
Sebastian, you know.
Yeah,
but when he hears Sebastian, it's like,
oh, let me chill out.
Hold on.
Yo, Soul ain't gonna lie. He look at me like, ha ha ha.
He don't care.
Yeah, he don't care. Soul is not care.
He knows. You're not gonna.
Yeah, ain't gonna do shit
at all.
Not a damn thing. It's so crazy.
How old is he now?
Soul 3.
Man, just talking.
Yeah.
We need to have him on the podcast.
Yo, man, he talks so much, bro. Daddy.
What's his serious?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I love it.
He telling me what to do. Go do it now. I'm like, what?
What?
Yes. He's like, I want it now. Like, bro, what? You see me doing it right there too.
And you get up and
I go do it. Yeah. See my mom here right now. She just be laughing. She like, Branden, you ain't got no control in here.
But, running all over. But he's your first son. Like, come on.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
You are an amazing dad. Like, you were like super hands-on when Soul was like a baby. Like, so you're doing an amazing job as well.
Yeah, that's my dog, man.
You know, I didn't have my dad in my life. So let me tell you, you being in his life in the way that you are in his life is such a blessing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah, so he definitely, like you said, he changed my life for sure. Because I was out here doing something.
Whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you have kids, they give you so much purpose.
Yeah.
They feel your purpose. That's why I don't really understand when some parents are just like, you know, they neglect their child. Like, I don't know how they can do that.
I can't do it.
That's my heart.
Yeah.
You know, everything. But we got to get the kids together. For real.
I've been saying that.
Pumpkin patch, you know, it's the holiday season.
Yeah. So love pumpkins. I'm pretty sure Sebastian.
You be finding like the cool little spots.
Yo, I be online. I be looking for stuff all the time. Like, yo, because I'm like, I gotta get this little dude out the crib.
Right. You gotta get him out of the house.
I gotta find something to do.
Man.
Yeah, we should take him to a pumpkin patch this year or something.
No, we got to. We got to for sure.
Make it happen. Them two probably, they've been needing to meet each other for real.
I know, man. Bro got the straight backs now. Well, not the straight backs.
He got he got his braids in. He felt so good when he got his hair done.
He did?
Yeah.
He was looking at himself.
Yeah, he was like, yo, let me see it. Let me see it. So I just started recording it for him.
This is such a popular question. Everybody always asks this. But what's something that you would tell your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self?
What advice do I give my younger self? It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right?
It's going to be all right. Yeah, because I was one of those kids, I wasn't a bad kid, but I made a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? Because I was super curious. You know what I mean? And like back then, like people, like where I'm from, people used to look down on me. You know what I mean? Because of some of the things I did. You know what I mean? But like now, it like made me into the person I am today. And like those same people who look down on me, now they look up to me. Oh. You know what I mean?
And it just happened naturally.
Naturally, like, cause I ain't playing it. It's just what it is. And now, like, they like, damn, Branden, like, I can't believe, you know what I mean? Or
you made it out.
Yeah,
you figured it out.
Yeah, and they like, this is not no, but they're still trying to figure it out.
You can only go as far as you push yourself.
You can only go as far as you push yourself. That's what it is, Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, same question to you.
I would just tell myself to be patient.
Be patient.
Same thing.
Simple.
That's
how life should be.
Yeah, it's all. I think we're trying to take control of time.
Mm.
We're always wanting to be in control of things, but timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
If you go before your time, that one thing that is meant for you might not work out because it wasn't your time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta stay in the moment.
Live in the moment. Live in the now. That's what I read a really good book. I don't know if you're into reading, but I'm big on reading.
Yeah, I was
not physical. Like I like to hear it audio and read it because I feel like somebody's reading it to me.
Cool.
I can't focus if I'm just reading a book.
I'll be looking for different ways to like get into reading books more because I did the 75 hard challenge.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
I want to try that. I heard about that. Like it does something to your mental.
Yeah,
like it gets you on a different mindset.
Yeah, but like the hardest part for me in the 75 hard challenge was reading that 10 pages a day.
You had to find something that you really are interested in reading about.
That too.
There's a good one. It's called I'm having the brain part right now.
It's all good. It'll come to you.
The Power of Now.
Oh yeah. I heard about that one.
Okay.
I never read it, but I heard about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it pretty much just talks about it. The moral of it is just living in the present moment.
Yeah.
Not worrying about controlling your mind on not worrying about the future, not living in the past, but really just embracing the present moment because that's when you're ultimately free. Is when you can live in the present moment, no matter what you're going through. You can't. Things don't happen in the future. Things don't happen in the past. Things happen in the present.
Yeah.
So it's, we're constantly like worrying about what can happen, what if, and where you've been in the past or what you've done in the past. That got you to where you are now.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't have went through those things, you wouldn't be the person that you are today.
For sure.
So our minds, the way that I'm really big on learning about how our minds work, right? How we focus on the negative 80% of the time because we're fearful to feel that pain, right? So we focus on the negative more than we do the positive. So it's pretty much just like training your mind on just, speaking against it. It starts with a thought, but if you speak before it goes to your heart and becomes a feeling, you're speaking against it. You understand what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. It makes perfect sense.
So when you think it, if you don't speak against it, it's going to become a feeling. Now you're actually taking it in as an emotion. It goes to your heart. And so you're all about chakras, about the alignment.
Yeah. That's crazy, like, cause like, honestly, I be trying to like, I'm human just like everybody else,
right?
Like, so like, I be having times I be in my head, and like I've been teaching myself like each day, you know what I mean, to like slow it down, like it's just a thought, and like thoughts gonna come in your head, but you have the powers to control it, you know what I mean, and like I'm a big dreamer, so like I don't know if is it called lucid dreaming, like I dream a lot, but I'm always able to control my dreams.
Like daydreaming?
Talking about like
during the daytime, like
nah, sleep.
Oh, you dream a lot?
Yeah, I be dreaming. Like I be dreaming a lot, and I'm able to control all my dreams. Like
what?
Yeah, and it's like I'm up. It's like I'm up. It's like I'm not asleep. It's crazy. It's
That
like
sounds like you did some ayahuasca type of stuff.
I have before.
You have?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I done
why.
did all those things.
Man, you untapped a whole different part of your brain that
Nah,
nobody else has.
No, honestly, I always feel like I was like that since a kid though, cause like you know that thing about like if you falling in your dream and like they say if you hit the ground you die or whatever.
You die in real life.
Man,
that's not true.
Hell no. I done hit the ground so many times and bounce right back up. Like I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. I bounce. I hit the ground because I stay asleep because I gotta see this shit real.
Right.
You know what I mean? I hit the ground and it's like a trampoline. I just bounce back up, hit it again, bounce back up, and I really think that it makes sense now. I look at life like that now. Honestly, like if you hit the ground, bro, just get back up.
Get back up.
Damn, that's crazy.
Fall down 7 times, get back
up.
8.
You feel me?
And keep going.
Keep
that's
going.
That's the only reason why 90% of people aren't like we talked about aren't successful. They just quit.
They quit, yeah.
You know, like, oh, it didn't work out.
Yeah,
that ain't real.
Yeah,
it don't work.
They get
well,
too
it works
scared.
for me.
Yeah.
Just with me being an active trader, people are like, that's a scam. I mean, if you look at my lifestyle, I don't look like a scam.
Oh yeah, that shit's definitely not a scam. I definitely did the program with her. But listen, I was doing that shit and like
I was trying to teach you.
No, but think about it.
When I was starting off.
But the thing about it, so I was trading. I was doing good. I was doing hella good, and like, huh?
You were trading Forex. Right?
Yeah, I did Forex, but like I was doing super good, and I was in the program, and like one morning, like couple mornings, like I was going with the teachers and I was trading with them or whatever. I'm hitting, and then like I did a couple trades by myself, like real quick, and they hit hard. So now I'm like, you know what? I wake up the next morning and like I started trading by myself. Like without,
because you got that confidence.
Yeah, I'm
right?
confident. I'm like, and I'm like, next thing you know, I started trading on emotion. The worst thing you do is trade off emotion. I started trading off emotion, and
you started losing.
I started doubling down. I lost one. I doubled down. I lost like 45,000 in like 5 minutes. That was my last trade.
That was everything that you had made.
Hell, yeah.
Or you broke?
I probably broke even around then. But like after that, I was like, I'm done with this shit.
Okay, so where were you at emotionally when that happened? Because I've been there before.
I went and laid down. I got in the bed and laid down.
You don't want to talk to nobody?
Nobody. My fucking, yeah. After that shit, everything, I was like, yeah. Everybody around me had to get the fuck away. I mean, everybody.
I know exactly.
And that internet, nobody didn't want to talk to me for like a month.
Trading, trading is like looking at yourself in the mirror. It reveals you to your real self. Yeah. You're greedy. You don't have no patience. Yeah. You don't have self-control. Yep. So it does. But once you master it, once you actually get comfortable, I won't say master because I don't think anybody actually masters it. But once you actually understand it, it literally translates to everything in your life. Yeah. You start to think about strategy. You start to find patterns. Yeah. And that's how my mind works now. I just see patterns in things. And so if something bad is happening, like with my son's health, we're trying to find a good transplant center. I'm meeting so many doctors, so many scientists that I've already done my research on. Right? So if we have to find the right center, right, I have to find a solution, I have to find a strategy, I have to find ways to, execute, so everything can turn out well. So I think that emotionally, it definitely has helped me just kind of cope with everything. Like, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. You can't think here.
And don't do it. Yeah, you can't trade off emotion. You can't do anything off emotion.
No, but everybody needs to learn financial literacy. I don't care. That is one skill set that you can take on forever. When you learn how to compound your interest, you can produce forever. Like, why do you think that some of the most successful, richest people in the world are hedge fund managers, are in the financial markets? It's not that difficult. People make it harder than what it is.
Exactly.
So that's my only piece of advice to everybody.
Find those patterns. So
cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
To another successful episode of the Power Pod. Peace. Appreciate you. Okay. All right.
That was good.